Okay, so this is just a disclaimer at the beginning of this video. If you do end up buying this game or you've already bought it, please do this immediately. Go down to here, click GeForce Experience. You should be on the Home tab. Hit Drivers and download the newest driver and hit Express Install. As soon as you do this, you should notice that you have a lot less visual bugs and the game will run a lot smoother. So please do this if you do end up buying the game. Alright, thanks. Alright, so basically my first impressions of Cyberpunk 2077. Honestly, I already tried to record this video about 7 times, and honestly, I'm just gonna give it my best shot now. So, basically, this game, you know, it's okay. The story is alright. Without diving too far into it, though, you know, it's enjoyable when your character isn't making cringy one-liners and shit like that. I mean, it's actually pretty alright. You meet some cool characters. Moving on though, I really just want to talk about the gameplay because that's really what I tried to experiment with as I was doing, as I was playing the game. I have about 18 hours locked into it right now. So, basically, a lot of the shit in the game is pretty goddamn... I mean, a lot of it's pretty boring to do. I mean, the side quests leave a lot to be desired. Some of them are actually do a pretty good job at world building, but a lot of them, the vast majority of them, where it's just like, hey, go beat up these group of thugs, or go do this fight for me, or go help the NCPD. A lot of them are pretty damn boring, and they don't actually serve much of a purpose other than to get you some money and maybe some cosmetics. Other than that, not really worth doing. I'd say that, honestly, the most fun that I've had while playing this game is just driving around, looking at the world. The world is actually very pretty. That's something that I'll give credit to CD Projekt Red a lot, is that the world does look very nice, especially when you're just driving around at night. Everyone seems to drive at like 30 miles per hour in this game for some reason, though. A lot of the NPCs are pretty fucking stupid, and you know, they make left turns in the right turn lane and shit like that, and I don't know why they do that. Maybe it's like copy real life somehow, but it's pretty funny. Anyway, the gunplay, I gotta say, the gunplay's it's pretty okay. The thing about it though is this is an RPG, and your guns are basically like when you shoot somebody, they're a bullet sponge, you know. Like anytime you do any sort of melee, especially, I mean, you're just punching somebody over and over and over. And that's another thing, is that the unarmed combat is actually pretty bad. It's some of the worst unarmed combat I've ever seen in a game before. It's actually somehow worse than Skyrim. I don't know how they pulled that off. It's very unsatisfying to punch people. You get like 4 punches and your character like runs out of breath. There's no like counterplay at all. I think the only thing you could do is you can counter some people's moves when they punch in like slow motion. You just right click and then you'll punch them back and do like 17 damage. It does literally nothing. But yeah, it's not good. I even tried to do like sort of a katana build with my character, and it got very boring very quick, as the only move you can really do with a katana is slice and dice, or just walk up to somebody while they're low and just hold mouse 1 and then you'll chop their head off, and that's about it. Other than that, leaves a lot to be desired. But I guess that's all I can really say for the gameplay aspect. I mean, a lot of the NPCs are just straight up stupid. Especially the ones that you fight. They don't flank or do anything interesting. They just sort of run at you and you shoot them in the head and then they die. Yeah. The NPCs on the ground, however, somehow they phase in and out of reality. I guess that's something that happens in 2077. Sometimes you'll just be walking down the street, somebody will just phase right in next to you. I don't know why I said sometimes. That's literally all the time. Anytime you're walking down the street or doing anything in the world, you will notice these things. You will also notice that a large majority of the NPCs are not like, I guess they aren't randomized very well, because you'll see a lot of doubles just walk up next to each other. Like you'll just see the same NPC just chilling with his like twin, I guess. It's not very immersive. Actually, a lot of the bugs in this game really take you out of the experience. And it can be annoying because you try to get immersed into the city and like the world and like the characters, but there's so many bugs going around and just a bunch of shit that just takes you right out of the game and just reminds you, oh, that's just a bit of, you know, fucked up code. Oh, I guess the artist kind of missed a spot there, you know. Overall, can I recommend this game? No, I really can't. While I am enjoying the story so far, I gotta say that a lot of the shit in this game is just straight up bad, and there's too many bugs, and it's just not worth it for anyone to be buying this game right now. And I guess that's really all I can say. Put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video talking about the NVIDIA drivers. That's a massive problem right now. The drivers just simply aren't working if you don't update, and you'll just have a lot more visual bugs. I know I for one didn't update mine until I started up the game, and I noticed I was seeing trees through like walls and shit. Yeah, so make sure you update if you end up buying the game. But my recommendation is I wouldn't buy this game right now. The world's cool and everything, but it's definitely not worth the $60, I'd say. Everything, it feels like it's trying its hardest to take me out of the game, and I think that was probably my biggest gripe with it. But anyway, that's my first impressions. If you do end up buying the game, maybe let me know how maybe you disagree with me on something. Anyway, that's it for my video. Alright, thank you for watching, and I don't even know, man. Leave a like, I guess. Who gives a fuck?